interview that Kimani Ichungwa did with Obina really exposed Gachagua. You know, for the longest time, we have always been hearing Gachagua's side of the story. William Ruto has kept so many things quiet. In fact, the only time he came out to respond was when he was responding to why Gachagua was impeached. And the government side have not come out to say how Gachagua was when they were working with Gachagua and what really led to the impeachment of Gachagua. But before I go into the details, I know there are some of you who are watching me for the first time. Kindly take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly do so. Na kama kawaida, I will be back. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, and for the non-subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Now, back to my video. So, as I was saying, is that interview, Kimani Ichungwa really came out to expose Gachagua for who he is. And the kind of a personality that Gachagua is. Because it is very clear from his own admissions that Gachagua was someone who was very difficult to work with. And William Ruto really tried to work with Gachagua until it reached a level that it was really impossible. And it is very clear that the stories, because there's a lot of stories, and I keep on telling people that Gachagua came out and started telling us all these things that William Ruto was doing. We never heard anything from the government side. Now, Kimani Ichungwa has come out to tell us how Gachagua was and how working with Gachagua was difficult. Gachagua kept on saying that William Ruto paid members of parliament to impeach him. And these stories of impeachment, now we can collaborate what Nani said, what William Ruto said about impeachment of Gachagua, and what Kimani Ichungwa is saying. That this was a process that was clearly initiated by the members of parliament. And this was because even working as members of parliament, working with Gachagua was very difficult. And you can see from his personality that working with Gachagua is difficult. And before I go into the details, you have a listen into some of the parts of that interview.
Fast forward, the blackmail came.
Which blackmail?
Rigathi. Na nimesema na acha nirudie. Blackmail ilianza na pesa. Nakumbuka kitu ilikuwa inaitwa confidential.
Confidential expenditure.
Ilianza hapo. Na chakula ya school feeding. Kwanza hebu ita Aaron Cheruiyot muulize. Tumetumiwa mimi na Aaron.
Umesaini mapesa?
Tumeitwa kwa ofisi ya deputy president. Tumekaa hapo, CS wa education Mashogu wako hapo, PS Belio, some guy called Yusuf mwenye alikuwa in charge of Nakonek. Tumeambiwa hawa watu. Kama hivi. These people wananunua ngunia maharagwe for 9,500 shillings. Na hii pesa yote wanakula kwa ministry. Hawa viongozi wako na kazi ngumu sana ya kumanage bunge. Ambiwa sasa nataka mjue vile hiyo budget ile itakatwa ama hawa waseme watafanya nini. Yule Yusuf akajaribu kujitetea akaambiwa nyamaza. Kumbe tulikuja kugundua ilikuwa extortion ring. Hiyo pesa ilikuliwa na Rigathi na Mashogu ya school feeding.
Pesa ngapi?
When the president realized akafunga.
How much was it?
Mimi sijui ni pesa ngapi. Kakuja confidential pesa sijui ofisi ilikuwa confidential office of the deputy president ilikuwa 300 million. Imetumiwa 700. By force. Ile PS treasury CS Ndungu wanapigwa masimu lazima u approve. Release. So until they complained. Kasemekana hii pesa ikuje under 223. Approve bunge. So treasury wakasema bunge ilikataanga such recurrent expenditure being done under 223. Nikaitwa na Rigathi. Ungeona kuna beef na mimi sababu tunajuana. Okay. Kaambia hii pesa natumianga ya kumanage mambo. Yangu imeisha, nataka unisaidie iko pesa tumechukua hapo, nataka kuja na 223 kama pesa gani? Hii ya confidential. Nikamwambia 223. Haiwezekani. Nikamwambia I was the author of a recommendation of the chairman budget and appropriations committee way back in 2018 that we cannot use confidential, we cannot use Article 223 on such expenditure. How do I now as leader of majority ask the chairman budget to approve such things or ask the house? Hiyo wachana naye, si ungoje mwaka karibu isha. Oh, we have the numbers in parliament, but your excellency, we have numbers but they are not to abuse to do illegal things. That one, hata kama ni vile, my conscience will not allow me to do it, and I'm sorry I will not do it. So you can talk to the president. Akaenda kwa president. I was in that meeting. Akaambia president, tulikuwa tumeongea na leader ameniambia bunge iko na shida. Nataka uni approve treasury approve, nipewe pesa under 223. President akauliza kwani pesa imeisha? Sema I'll talk to treasury. Treasury wakasema imetumika and he has committed up to 700 million. President said no. And that budget must never be beyond 200 million. And he called me and told me, make sure that budget never goes beyond 200 million. Even State House, we don't have that kind of money. So, ikasemekana, makataliwa na akaambiwa. And I'm going to tell Rigiji. Akaambiwa. Rigiji called me. Ambia sasa, amekataa. Lakini hiyo pesa anakataa naye, atakuja kama ameshika bilioni 10 na meno hivi. I asked him, the president.
Bilioni 10.
10 billion. If you talk to MPs, they will tell you because a number of MPs are later. You know, he was trying to recruit MPs to his corner to use them now for blackmail. That is where now the MP started parting ways. Then wakaanza vita, sijui Dindi anafanya functions, anaenda anatoa pesa, sijui ameenda na chopa, ametoa pesa mingi kuliko deputy president, ni kama anataka kuwa deputy president, ikakuwa vita. Ukionekana na Dindi, unatukanwa. Ikakuwa vita kubwa. I was the only person. And if Rigathi would be honest, he would tell you, and you can ask any member of parliament from the Mount Kenya region. When they were all now like this, diametrically facing opposite sides, I was the only one trying to bring them together. And I went to Rigathi nikamwambia, please make friends with these MPs. Wacha hii mambo ya vita na matusi juu ya Dindi. Huyu Dindi ni kijana. He probably has excitement na hii mambo mingi mpya. Understand him. Even me, I work with him that way. Because I am his leader of majority, is my chairman budget. I push things in parliament, some of which I don't know what they are because he just like comradeship and teamwork. But you need not fight. Number 2, unajiharibia ukipiga wabunge sababu ya huyu kijana. Because now you're actually forcing them to coalesce around him. Na naenda wanapewa tu barabara ya mara mkuu wa budget, so they have something to go to. Stop fighting. Na wache kupigana na wao. Make friends with them. And if you even want to go anywhere, my brother, learn to work with other people. Sasa you're putting me in a very difficult situation because me, I have to work with these MPs.
Yeah.
I have to work with you as the deputy president. Anyway, I was wasting my time. Vita ikaendelea mpaka tukaenda tukaitwa Tokonia, Kudago tumeni. Gakonia ni kangunia. Na Kudago tumeni wale watu wanakuunda hivi.
Wana?
Alafu unawatuma. So anyway, ile matusi yake si unaona hii matusi anaendelea nayo hata sahi. So tukakorofishana, president akaingia tukaacha, naye akatoroka akaenda kuongea na simu kwa nyasi. In fact, ile mtu alikataza hiyo vita ni Aaron na Faruk. Hiyo siku.
Vita gani?
Hiyo.
Yako na Rigiji?
Ilikuwa kelele mingi sana hapo.
Wewe ulikuwa kulimana na Rigiji?
Si kulimana, mimi siwezi pigana. I'm a very peaceful person, but I will ask you.
Oh, so it was a verbal
exchange. Yes. A verbal exchange.
But all
because wewe
nakula peke yako kwa nini?
ulituita hapa tunasomea watu in our presence. Tunasikia hiyo pesa ililipwa. Na umegawiwa. Hapana, hiyo ni propaganda ya wakora. Kwanza huyo Msomali ako hapo ataona. Ngoja kwanza nimuite, akachukua simu. Ngoja achukue, I'll get hold of him. We will fire him. That day. Kutoka kwa ofisi hapo. Nikapewa chai, sawa mkubwa. Lakini hiyo mambo nilikuwa nimesikia tu fununu kama ni hivyo, ni sawa tu. Nikatoka nikaenda nyumbani, Lavington. Kitu 9:30 hivi. Jamaa wake alikuwa anafanya kwa ofisi yake anaitwa Ngodho.
Anaitwa?
Ngodho. Wakati mambo ya impeachment ilikuja, it became untenable. The blackmail became too much. The government almost became dysfunctional.
You have heard what Kimani Ichungwa said. And he tried to give event of accounts. Several. How they tried to talk to Gachagua. How they tried to talk to Gachagua so that he could drop some of these acts. But it was very, very hard. It was almost impossible. Because all the time he kept on making sure that wakona easy back and forth. He was fighting the president. He was fighting people close to the president. He was fighting CSS. He was fighting PSS. He was fighting members of parliament, senators, and even governors. So the guy orchestrated his downfall. But ever since he left the government, he has always wanted to blame William Ruto. And that is why he kept on speaking his side of the story. Every time he speaks of how good he is and how he wanted dinner. All the time keep on poking holes and mentioning William Ruto. And William Ruto did this, William Ruto did this, William Ruto did this. But yeye asemi zile vitu mbaya zenye yeye alifanya. Mimi I would buy Kimani Ichungwa's side of the story more than I will buy Gachagua's side of the story. Of course, I know William Ruto is not a saint. There are some bills here and there he might have struck that are going to benefit him. That one I know. But it is very, very clear, you can see it from Gachagua and how he acts now that he's outside the government, how he talks. It is very, very clear that if this is the person if this is the same Gachagua who was in the government, then it's very, very clear that working with Gachagua was very difficult. It was very, very difficult. The guy talks, the guy says anything. You can see how he talks now that he's outside the government. How he talks about people. And the same thing you can see what Kimani Ichungwa is saying now that when Gachagua was in the government, how he used to talk to people, how he used to call people names, how he used to keep on reminding people that he's the deputy president. Now he's outside the government, you can see how he's speaking, telling people mimi ndio kiongozi wa mlima. William Ruto hawezi kuja hapa bila mimi. You can see. So it is very, very clear that Gachagua, everything that happened to Gachagua, it is his own making. Ni yeye alijipangia kila kitu. Ni yeye anything that happened to him, he is the cause of his own downfall. Because let's face facts here. William Ruto has been working with there are people who have been loyal to William Ruto way before William Ruto was the deputy president. Look at how William Ruto has worked with those people even when he became the president. William Ruto never abandoned his people. The people who are loyal to him. Look at somebody like Raymond Omolo, somebody who was unknown to anybody in Nyanza. The guy worked with William Ruto at the height of 2022 election when the whole region was for Raila Odinga. Raymond was with William Ruto. He was the one pushing William Ruto agenda in Nyanza. And when William Ruto won, you have seen how he has rewarded him. You have seen how he has stuck with people who have been loyal to him. People like Kimani Ichungwa were crucified were persecuted during Uhuru's time. Until you can see, he's saying how Uhuru threatened him. But ever since William Ruto won and became the president, he has rewarded Kimani Ichungwa. William Ruto does not forget people who have stood with him, who stood with him. Someone like Kithure Kindiki, or from the time of ICC, he has walked with him. He has held his hand. So, what is this thing? Look at people like Aisha Jumwa. He decided to work with William Ruto. He was made a CS when it was no longer attainable. Now he has been made a member of which board. Bado anaendelea kukula. Anaendelea na maisha yake. Anyone who has stood with William Ruto has never abandoned them. Now you want to tell me that Gachagua, of all the people that William Ruto tu angemwabandon hivyo. Look at somebody like Justin Muturi. Despite the fact that William Ruto says he was incompetent as Attorney General, he still made him a CS. When he reshuffled the government, the cabinet, he made him a CS. He did not hakumtupa nje kabisa. Alimchukua akamwambia kaa hapa wewe ukue CS. Until yeye mwenyewe sasa alijiharibia. So that tells you something about William Ruto. That William Ruto had no issue with Gachagua. It's only that working with Gachagua was not easy. Gachagua is somebody who cannot even keep sick. It's fact that government sometimes wanapiga deals za chini ya maji. That is there. We all know there are some these shenanigans that goes chini ya maji. But sometimes when you want more than when you want to eat more than everyone else. So, Gachagua orchestrated his own downfall. If there's anybody he needs to blame, is nobody else but himself. Hakuna mtu mwingine anaweza blame, ni yeye anafaa kujiblame. Anyway guys, tell me what you think in the comment section, but above it all, remain respectful. Kindly subscribe to this platform. Kindly take a second to always subscribe to this platform. That's the only way you can show support to this platform. And if you want to support me in any other way, my number is always there in the description. I'll put it down here also. And you can send me whatever it is, 10 bob, 20 bob, 100 bob, 1,000 bob, 50k, 100k, whatever. I will appreciate. But you can also, if you are outside the country, you can also send a sticker. There's a sticker gift in the comment section in every video. If you want to comment, there's a place whereby you can send whatever amount. So kindly do so. I will really appreciate you. Thank you. Until next time. Bye-bye.